This is Lulu, Grayson, Nate, Cynthia, Gemma, and Brecken. All 6 of these students are in the same class at the University of Delaware Lab School. The students are divided into 3 groups, the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s. In each group, there is 1 boy and 1 girl. Even though the kids are in the same class at school, not all kids are the same developmentally. This is the mountain of motor development. According to the mountain, the kids are here in the fundamental motor skills phase, which includes kids ages 1 through 9. Let's look at this phase on a timeline. Between ages 1 and 9, there are 8 years of development. In this assessment, we look at 3 ages, 4, 5, and 6, which are right in the middle of this phase. At the age of 5, children are exactly the same distance and time from being 9 years old as they are from being a 1-year-old. Just like there are developments in skill between the ages of 1 and 9, there are also yearly developments, not only in motor skills but cognitively. Here is just a fraction of what is going on physiologically between the ages of 4 and 6. At the age of 4, Lulu and Grayson are just being able to balance and run at the same time, beginning to understand that others have thoughts and feelings, and are able to explain their own behavior. Just 1 year later, at the age of 5, Cynthia and Nate have even stronger coordination, are able to distinguish between reality and fantasy, and even have more focused concentration. At the age of 6, Gemma and Brecken have increased their motor skill accuracy, are able to understand more than one perspective at once, and are aware of their own unique personal skills. Now that we've covered how the students differ cognitively during this phase, we can move on to what we're assessing in this video, motor skills. For the purpose of this video, we'll be assessing 3 skills: hitting a t-ball, catching a ball, and throwing a ball. First up the bat are the 4s, Grayson and Lulu.
All right. Okay.
Initially, we notice Grayson's height, the height of the tee, and the size of the wiffle ball bat compared to the size of his body. You can see that the tee is almost chest level, which makes it harder for him to hit the ball. This could be a lack of growth hormone at this age. Most children do not begin playing baseball until grade school. Lulu and Grayson's anterior pituitary glands haven't released the growth hormone necessary for their bodies to be tall enough to swing efficiently.
Almost. Can you come stand over here by us really quick?
On a cognitive level, we can also observe a lack of planning and goal setting. There is a lot of focus on the action of swinging the ball without attention to detail, such as where the ball is supposed to go.
All right. Perfect.
Now on to catching.
Go for it.
When catching and receiving the ball, Grayson and Lulu wait for the ball to come to them with cupped hands. If the ball does not come directly to them, we do not see much body movement towards the ball.
Whatever.
When Grayson and Lulu catch the ball, they use gross movement instead of fine movement. In other words, they pull the ball into their body using big muscles instead of only using their hands, which uses small muscles in the forearms and hands.
Are you okay?
They may have been mimicking us because we threw the ball underhand to them. Mimicking is a perception-action response in which the student has no previous exposure or ontogenetic background and therefore needed guidance through the demonstration. Up next are Nate and Cynthia. When Nate swings, you notice that he is more focused on the act of swinging instead of hitting the ball. Nate also needed help with how to properly hold the bat and where to stand. As you can see, Cynthia initially stands on her non-dominant side of the tee and does not hit the ball. This represents her awareness of her lateral dominance as well as her directionality. After Miss Taylor helps her readjust her hands on the bat and moves her to the dominant side, she can easily make contact with the ball.
And do it, yeah. Oh, good job, Cynthia. Yes. Thank you.
Good job.
For all of them? I would say more like 15, if that's okay. All right, thank you. All right,
Yeah, there you go.
perfect. Why don't we go ahead.
Now on to throwing and catching. When catching the ball, the fives demonstrate stage 3 of catching. Before the ball is thrown, you can see that they take a step forward, extend their arms, waiting for the ball. Once the ball reaches their body, they use a scooping motion to catch the ball.
You guys need to move closer together.
Nate also shows signs of being in stage 1, but beginning to transition into the next stage.
They're swinging, so no, this is fine.
When the ball is approaching, his palms are inward and his legs are stationary. He cups his hands to catch the ball but does not use the hugging or scooping motion. Nate was also told to throw the ball overhand instead of underhand, which he initially did. He seemed to be more focused on the motion of throwing, not throwing the ball back to us. Cynthia threw the ball overhand with no hesitation and very accurately. She also takes an ipsilateral step like Nate. Next up are the sixes, Gemma and Brecken. Gemma immediately walks up to the tee on what she thought was her non-dominant side and swings very hard, but did not make contact with the ball. She continued to try to hit the ball from what we thought was her non-dominant side, so we proceeded to move her to the other side.
Here, someone run over, yeah. No, she had it before, but she was standing on the other side.
We tried to help her adjust by moving her to the other side, but instead she moved back to hit the ball, showing that she was aware of her lateral dominance, as opposed to the fours and fives.
There you go. You got it. Wait, can we have him hit it one more time just so I have it on the same video? One more time, sorry. No, I mean, what's his name? Brecken, can you hit it a couple more times? I have a bunch of Gemma already.
Brecken walks up to the tee confidently, knowing how to position his body and how to hold the bat. It takes him a few times to hit the ball, but you can see that he has some experience with baseball and is very aware of his body movements. This muscle memory is an ontogenetic skill, which came from previous practice and coaching. Because of his abilities and knowledge from past experience, a tee, a bat, and a ball afford Brecken differently than everyone else. He understands that the task is to make solid contact with the ball while moving in a very specific way.
Really quick, throw and catch, and then we can go. Okay, fine, one more time. But you have to do it as good as you just did. Nope. All right, broke them carousel glasses.
On to throwing and catching.
Did I get that? I don't think I got that. Oh, man. You got it.
Gemma takes a step forward to adjust her distance. She seems afraid of the ball, which may indicate her unfamiliarity with it. However, she catches with fine motor skills, hands cupped, no hugging of the ball. She also did not use any body adjustment. In short, this displays the development of fine motor skills without any previous practice or autogenetics involved. Brecken takes correct steps, throws like a pitcher overhand. His goal was to throw far as he could, which displays more advanced cognitive development. His confidence is also present, which exhibits his ontogenetic skills as well as his more developed muscle and motor skills. These were the 4s, 5s, and 6s. I hope you enjoyed the video.